Okay students, so we are going to start today with a new topic in algebra. We will be calling it arithmetic progression. Okay, so before we move into that topic, let us try to understand again what is arithmetic progression, okay, and what do we mean by it. Okay, so let me try to take an example. There was once upon a time there was a maths teacher. Suppose his name was Mathros. What was the name of the maths teacher? Mathros. Okay, and he had this house, what I would like to call as Mathsville. Okay, and in front of that there was a garden. So there was a garden. So there are these two students who came to visit Mathros. Okay, and they came by his garden. Okay, so what did they observe in the garden? The garden, what they observed was, like, he had planted some flowers or flowering plants there. Okay, so like this he had planted in this garden. So suppose these are the rows, okay, in the garden. Here he planted one plant in the first row. So this is the first row, one plant. Then the students saw second row, two plants are there. Rather, let me take three plants. Okay, in the third row they found out there are five plants. Let us take one more, that is fourth row. How much were there? There were seven plants. So there are seven plants now. The students were of course confused, so they decided to ask this to Mathros. Sir, why have you planted the plants in this manner? Mathros said, yes students, I have done it so that you can understand something in mathematics or algebra which is called as a sequence. Okay, so the students asked, yes sir, we want to understand. So Mathros asked them a question, can you represent the plants in a tabular form? The students were very intelligent. Of course, they were students of Mathros, the very great maths teacher. So that yes, we can represent it as a table. How would you represent this flowering plants as a table? How can I represent it? I will say that here I can say the row, which row it is. Okay, and another one I can take as a number of plants. In this way I can represent, right? So they started representing the first row. They knew it was one plant. Then in the second row, how many plants are there? Three plants. Third row, how many plants are there? Five plants. Fourth row, how many plants are there? Seven plants. So this is what the students drew. They gave this information to Mathros. Mathros was pleased. Yes, you are correct. Now he started explaining to the students. Now tell me, if we take the number of plants, suppose I take the number of plants, let me write it here, say 1, 3, 5, 7. These are the number of plants. He asked the students, can you find a pattern? Can you see a pattern here? Or can you find a pattern in these numbers? Students, again being very intelligent, they told, yes sir, there is a pattern. Suppose I take the first number as 1. Next number I can get by adding 2. So 1 plus 2, which is equal to 3. Next number again I can get by adding 2, that is 3 plus 2 equal to 5. Same way, the last one I can get by adding 2 again. So ये 7 मिल गया. So see, everywhere we are adding 2 to get the next number. What we are doing? 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. And 5 plus 2 is 7. This is how we are getting our numbers, right? So now everywhere I need to add a 2 to get the next number, right? This is what we mean by a sequence. It follows a pattern. It follows a pattern. What is a pattern here? We go on adding plus 2. Other sequence might be following some other pattern. I might be needing to add 5, or I might be needing to subtract 5. So that is okay. Now this kind of a pattern in which we add or subtract numbers to get the next number. So we need to add or subtract numbers to get the next number. That special type of sequence is what we call as a arithmetic progression. This is what we call as an arithmetic progression. Okay, so we can get the next number in the sequence by adding or subtracting a fixed number. What is a fixed number here? 2. So this kind of a sequence we call as a arithmetic progression. Okay.